makes them more comfortable and more work for Sri Lanka to do.
Not very confident about this Sri Lanka side, are you, Russ? 2 wins out of 2, go to the final directly, no?
They haven't won a game in a long time. 8 losses across formats on the trot. 38 for 2 after 5.
Overs in Zimbabwe, 38 for 2. Brian Bennett with runs again, 23 of 13, now joined by Brendan Taylor. A change of bowling. Dushmantha Chameera now with the ball. Straight in. Is it straight enough? Yes. Umpire agrees. Chameera. Well, he's got one on the very first delivery. Brandon Taylor will have a discussion with Brian Bennett whether they're going to review this. Was it sliding down would be the discussion. He's just reviewed it now. Let's have a look upstairs.
W, original decision is out. I have checked the field, it's a fair delivery, front on please. Appears to be no bad involved. To confirm all track, please. Yeah, I can see clear gap between ball and bat. Yeah, satisfied. No bad involved. Ball tracking already, please. Original decision out. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Asif change your original out decision. You are on screen. Make a signal, please. You are on screen.
Just sliding down the leg side. A bit of movement from Chameera first up. He'll be encouraged by the fact that that slid along and was onto Brendan Taylor pretty quickly. A sigh of relief from Taylor and from the Zimbabweans, having lost a couple of wickets early. This is the partnership that was repairing things and getting some sort of flow. And for the Sri Lankans, they wanted it all to continue with a wicket taking. Down that leg side again, this time even wider. Not always going to get a great start. Yes, you lose wickets, but can you get back on your way? Important to repair, to still try and keep the board going. And I don't think they'll feel they're too far behind where they might have wanted to be. At just over 7.5 and over currently, Zimbabwe.
The one that was sliding down was reviewed. This time, very good full face of the bat. Not trying to overhit it and time down the ground. It's been short of runs in the series and it looked to provide that partnership to Brian Bennett at the other end.
Yeah, one of Zimbabwe's finest white ball players, actually, Brennan Taylor, and coming back after a long time. I think maybe trying to kind of still find his feet again, having seen it all before. And there's just a slight tentativeness. This is looking from a distance away, where I get a sense anyway that he's a little unsure, and maybe it is getting accustomed once again to the pressure of the highest level. In the scores that he's got since his return, he's got a big score in one game, and that was against Botswana. And it was about qualification, so yes, there are the pressures of that in itself, with Zimbabwe having missed out a couple of times in such tournaments. So yes, there's that, but over here, ever so slightly different. As I say, look at the numbers, look at his record, and he's one of Zimbabwe's finest. But he's got to get back on the horse, so to speak. And I guess at 39, you're sort of on notice. Nobody will tell you, but you probably feel it yourself, because time waits for no man. A very interesting story. Second chances and all of that. Ouch. I think that might have been his elbow. Just bounced up and gets through him and hits the underside of... Yeah. Let's have a look. So darts back. Yeah. That's what it is. Needless to say, it's a little bit sore.
Normally you talk about the sound of the bat, but there was a bit of a crunch there. There's absolutely no padding there in terms of any flesh. It is direct contact onto bone, right under the elbow. The ball and Chimera's pace just kicking off the surface. Hopefully the magic spray that most often than not fixes anything for me. Weird enough. Might just fix this as well.
It numbs anything. And the hope is that you still have the feeling in the hand and he can still carry on. Yeah, it's not just the bouncing of it, actually. It bounces, but it also jags back into him, so is away from bat and gloves and anything, and then gets through somehow to that elbow.
सर बाइक तो रिपेयर करा ली, टायर भी चेंज कर लो। बहुत टाइम है सर, टायर बहुत टाइम है। ये है यूरो ग्रिप विद ट्रेड स्मार्ट टेक्नोलॉजी, जिसका ट्रेड सालों साल चलने के बाद भी दे पहले दिन जैसा ग्रिप। यूरो ग्रिप लगाया तो टायर चेंज के लिए बहुत टाइम है।
Dandruff here. Someone next to me who's quite confident here.
Excitement on that. There's a few good hairstyles going around. Not quite sure in the commentary box. Bazid, don't know what he puts in his hair every morning. Those hair of his on his head do not move for me. I don't know if you've noticed, they're rock solid. Absolutely rock solid.
Magnificent has been Mahesh Theekshana. Prior to this, he's not been at his best, and in a game tonight where they need the win, he has brought out his best at the top of the game. The variations there, you're looking for clues as a batter. Look at the two fingers up and them folded on the left-hand side. Dot ball to finish the power play. 44 for 2.
Rahmani and Brian Bennett came out there. A few flew off the edge. That was the first one, and then Tikshana straight into the attack. Failed to pick him up off the circle.